Hello all shop fans and Supernatural fans. Sorry I have been away from doing videos. That was not my intention. I screwed up my arm a month ago, and last week I got finally into the doctor and got my arm adjusted and shoulder and stuff, and it got worse because I had not taken care of it. And long story short, much better now. I can move my arm around. Going to talk here about Miss Lisa's car, Dorothy. I think on my last video that I did, Mike was, let me come in over here. So Mike had put in a new, I don't have much room in here, we're kind of cramped up, but a new section. Let me see, get my finger up in here. So this section here was like all rotted out. And Mike replaced it along with a little section over here. And now it's been all put in, mudded, and now there's some primer up there to obviously keep everything from rusting. The car, Mike got a little bit of Bondo on the doors. I think there's just a few little low spots in there. And he's got that all done, so all the paint's been off there. And then we'll come over here. And let's see, the paint is being stripped. And I think this is the little section right down there that Mike's going to patch up. So once this gets patched, like I said, Mike's got to do the back glass. And then the car, well, so we weld up all the holes here, which were the Impala emblems. And then also the Chevrolet emblem that goes right there. And then, of course, on the fenders, they get all welded up where the flags and all that stuff was. And just in case anybody wants to know, that's how the original movie cars or TV show cars were. And so when Mike gets that done, when it goes in to get primer, we are going to do the interior. So, and then once we get the interior done, it'll be all taped off so nothing can get inside. And it'll be shot in primer, it gets block sanded. I think it goes through like that twice, and then it'll get its coat of paint. Then I will go in and put the carpet in, the sound deadener, the seats. The package tray will be done once Mike gets done welding back here, and then I can get the new, the initial board in and all that stuff. So, Lisa, that's what's going on with the car right now. I will be doing another video here real soon. I'm just waiting for some things to come in. And it's going to cover the original car, one of the original cars. If you guys watched I think it's probably the last video that I did, that when we restored the original car was a small block car. It has been brought up to, God, like 110%. The way Jensen's Hero 1 is. And there's things that I wouldn't have done, but because the owner / Dave wanted them to match exactly, I did it that way. There's just things, and when I go over and do the car and stuff, I will talk about those things and why you probably really shouldn't have them that way and so forth. But we're waiting on some other things to come in. And there's some really cool stuff that I just don't want to give away the secret. Some really cool stuff coming in. And it can probably benefit some of you guys out there. And I will, of course, explain in another video. So anyway, Miss Lisa, I know this video isn't very long, but I wanted to at least try to get something out. And like I said, as soon as Mike can get everything welded up, we will, let me kind of get back away from here. We will be able to get this thing into the paint booth, and should go relatively pretty quick. One thing that, and I guess this is going to be for everybody out there that has a car in here, if you do not have your wheels, we've been checking into them, guys. They are on back order. God knows when they will be. So for some reason, we get cars where we're just needing tires on wheels. I will talk to you, each owner, and see what you want to do. And, you know, we want to put a set of rallies on it to match John's. Do we want, you know, until, you know, wheels come back, if they come back. I don't know if they're coming back. I think they are. So, yeah, welcome to the world of supernatural. Because if you go out and try to find those wheels in Ford, Dodge, whatever, different sizes, they're there. But for the ones that we need with the correct bolt pattern, the correct width, and the correct offset, nope, gone, and gone. So I don't know if they're going, like I said, to reproduce these or not. I hope they do, just to, you know, at least to get a few more, you know, the remaining cars out of here. But I don't know, guys. I mean, they were an old wheel. I think that dates back to like going back to the 90s, those directional wheels. And a lot of people call them boat trailer wheels or whatever, but those directional wheels are just, they're not in. And so I don't know if they're going to reproduce them. And that's like a lot of stuff when it comes to these cars. They just don't reproduce it anymore. One of the reasons that, you know, I'm just not going to build them anymore. Not because I don't want to. It's just trying to get parts for these things is crazy. But so well, like I said, we'll cross that bridge when the time comes. But Casey makes awesome stuff for these cars, or can, like patch panels and so forth. In fact, Travis, I'm sure you're probably listening to this video. I went down to the farm where your car is, and what we're going to do, we got to get it here, but I mean, right now, guys, we've had so much rain. It's crazy. And actually, one of our goals was to get Travis's car up here. Now, Travis's was ahead of thinking, very smart boy. He ordered his wheels. They're sitting here. He's got a brand new 454 crate engine, 4-bolt main sitting here. He's bought his parts. He very, very wise to have bought your parts and to have them, you know, ready to go when we're ready to go. Because, like I said, don't know how much longer a lot of this stuff is going to be around. But with that being said, I was down at the farm. I FaceTimed Casey, and we talked about your car, Travis, because it's a vinyl top. We can tell there's probably going to be some rot down here in this a little bit, but it didn't look too bad, but a little. We could tell a little bit in the back and stuff. But probably what Casey's going to do, he's just going to, because we got vinyl over all this, he's just going to make all the pieces. And I'll get you in contact with Casey. But we want to know, like usually up here on these roofs where the vinyl comes over, we don't know how far, we know there's some rot in here because we can kind of see it under the vinyl, but we don't know how far it goes back. And Casey can possibly make that channel where, you know, it has some of that metal on it, so we can just go in and, you know, pretty easy fix. But we won't know until we get the car here and we pull off the vinyl to see how much, you know, steel and stuff we're going to need added to those pieces. And the plan was to get the car here, but we've had rain all last week, and it's going to be raining all this week, which means it's just going to be a mud fest. So we're going to have to wait kind of till it dries out a little so we can go down there and bring the car here. And even though when the car gets here, it's not like we're putting hands on it, because as you can see, we're full. We're full, except for this one little spot right here. But what we will be able to do is peel that vinyl back on that top and see how much we're going to need. So Casey's on standby. which is great because it's just so much easier to get his pieces. As Donnie once said, it's easier and cheaper for Casey to build those pieces than us trying to build them. Because once we get them, we just cut stuff out, weld it in, done. And Casey just makes our life so much easier. So for you guys out there that are building these cars, you really need to talk to Casey Devlin if you're needing around the windshield all the way around and the back glass all the way around. Because Casey can make all that. He can make some patch panels and stuff like that. You need to be getting a hold of him real soon if that's the case, because just like all the other parts that we can't get and stuff, these parts, Casey will no longer be doing these parts here soon, because he uses his car as a buck car, which means he makes the pieces from his car to make sure it's the right curvature and everything. And once his car is all put together, guys, that goes out the window. So I can't stress it enough. It's kind of like the wheels. Get them now if you can get them, or parts for these cars, and go that direction. But even if you have you're having your car done elsewhere, they're going to tell you if you can get those steel pieces, get them. You'd be a fool not to. And they can put them on and stuff. So it's always nice to have the parts if you go take your car to a body shop or wherever, or if you're doing it the car and you're like, well, I'm not going to get on it till this fall or next summer or whatever. At least you will have the pieces. Pay for it now, because guys, steel's going up, wood's going up. I hate to see what's going to cost me when I build the weapons box for this car, because I know wood is not the same price as it was when I built the last one. So heed my warning and get stuff while you can. So I don't think a lot of places are going to manufacture stuff for 67 four-doors. I get that question a lot. Their original, I think they had originally planned to do that pre-COVID, and then COVID, kind of put the whole stop on everything. And when they did it, there's old Tony. He's having a hard day, isn't he? Now I just don't think that they're going to do it. And I don't think there's enough four-doors out there to, or not recommend, but to justify them building parts for four-doors. I mean, guys, obviously the four-door post and the four-door hardtop, two different cars. So if they did them, I'd say probably more for the sedan, the four-door post, than the sports sedan, the four-door hardtop. But I don't know, and I don't see it. I just don't think they would spend all that money in tooling and stuff when there's not that many of them. I mean, if there's 100 to 500 cars out there still left, I would be surprised. And they're not going to remanufacture parts for that many cars. They want to do thousands, and that's how come the two doors, there's a lot of two doors out there. And so something to think about, guys. It's just, if you're building this car, you got into this late than back when the show was going and stuff. It was hard, even kind of a little bit back when the show was going, but every year it just seemed like it got harder and harder and harder. And eventually, there comes a stopping point if you're trying to build a screen-accurate replica of the car. Now, if you're like, hey, I don't like those wheels and I want to put on rally wheels or chrome reverse or whatever, and I don't like this or I don't like that, and you put your flair on it, which is all cool, you probably will be able to still build some of these cars. But as for a Dean Winchester car, I don't see it happening. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm not the messiah of what cars are being parts and stuff are going to get reproduced and stuff, but I just don't see it. So you guys have been warned. At least, that's my outtake on it, and take it for what it's worth. I've been around doing cars for a very, very long time, and I just kind of got that gut feeling that's the way it's going to go. So anyway, Miss Lisa, there you go. There's your car. And nobody else's car has really done anything because we still don't have parts. Hence my whole story right there. So anyway, guys, take it easy, and maybe we'll try to get another video out here real soon. We'll see how things go. Talk to you soon. Bye.